like I think a good percentage of us was raised without our fathers, and that's just what we was brought up on. You know, that's why a lot of men is going out of the country finding them women they can, just really mold and make it like how they want to.
So
Because
why are the women that's outside of the country more receptive or more,
because they
would you
ain't
say,
been through what the
molding?
hell we done been through. They ain't traumatized like us. Black women is fucking traumatized. We traumatized, and then y'all want to talk about us and do us dirty and oh she did it. Like shit, you know what I'm saying? Like as a whole, I think black women is just fucking traumatized, and that's just how we got to look at it because we never healed from we ain't never even healed from what the white man did to us. So we still kind of traumatized. I think some of us
Damn.
is traumatized. Seeing and being in different environments. Those women over there, they ain't traumatized to the shit that we traumatized to. They have no idea. And so these men who the good ones who want a good wife and all that type of good stuff, they go over there because they ain't got to deal with the trauma.
So you don't think some of these countries that these guys, the passport bros go to, some of them are third world country. You don't think those women been traumatized as well?
Yeah, but not in the relationship sense as like us. Like that a lot of them is probably ain't even never had sex. That's what they be going to go get. They be what I'm saying. I'm talking about like relationship wise, as far as like just really being just putting your all into somebody or seeing somebody, witnessing somebody put they all into somebody, and then a nigga preference change. That's just how I'm gonna say it. And it really boils down to the niggas fucking it up, y'all. And I ain't gonna say y'all fucked it up on your own. I'm gonna say the white people did it too because they took y'all out the household. I think that if the black man was never taken out the household and we never had to do it on our own, that we wouldn't have never got this power trip in our head that we don't really need them because they've been seeing us doing it on our own for forever. You know, it's
Damn.
just like a long list of things. Like this is like a setup. The white folks took y'all out of our home. That's when the welfare stuff kicked in. Women can have kids and everything. I bet you if they stop their welfare, it'll be you
If
know what I'm
they
saying?
stop the
Like
welfare, what gonna happen?
I think people will stop having kids the way they're having kids because, these young folks, they know, if I have a kid, I'm gonna have a whole lot of help. I didn't find out about it until after I had, my kids, because my mom and them ain't do welfare. I ain't know nothing about welfare until I had my kids. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
But don't y'all need the welfare?
well, yeah, but if they stopped it, and we had to do it completely on our own. And I ain't gonna say they, I'm gonna say we. Like, if there was no welfare, and I would have had my child, and I didn't know nothing about welfare, and went through the things that I went through, I probably would have, had to give my child to, his dad, or we would have had to do it together, or something was gonna happen. You know what I'm
So
saying?
basically,
Like,
you saying if you take away the safety nets for women, then they will be more inclined to giving custody to the father.
no, they'd probably be more inclined to still stay with that man for the child's sake, because that's what the women in back in the day was doing. They was staying with the man for the child's sake. But when
So you
welfare
saying the
kicked
women, the
in,
women wasn't staying with the man because they wanted to be with him.
a
They were
lot of
making
times, a
sacrifice.
lot of times they was, a lot of times they was. But when women was going through what they was going through with these men, you know what I'm saying? Like, they needed to be able to take care of their child. That man was taking care of everything. So they had to deal with a lot of stuff. So when that man was taken out of the household and the woman was, basically, surviving with the welfare, they just, what I'm saying? It just really sent ripples through, our future generations because women knew then.
So let me ask you this: In those days where the woman was kind of forced to stay,
Mhm.
was that a better life overall for the children in that era?
I don't know. It kind of depends on if the woman was being beat up and everything. Like, you know, when children go through that trauma, seeing their mama go through whatever they're going through, they going through it. They going through it in their mind. But if it was a thing where the man wasn't beat on the woman, but the woman knows she was being cheated on and babies being made on her, because my daddy made a lot of babies. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what else she gonna do? Mama, it was five of us. Like, what else she gonna do? What else she gonna do? She never got on welfare. And when he left, everything was hard. She didn't know nothing about nothing, and we didn't either. I didn't know until after I had my own child.
So, so besides a woman being physically abused, overall, back in that era when the welfare wasn't running the men out of the house, the children had a better chance at life. Is that safe
Yep,
to say?
yep.
So basically, when the welfare came in and the safety nets for the women came in, women, would you say women abused that, or women were more compelled to, okay, so I don't have to be with this man. I'd rather not be with you. I'd rather
Women,
not be with you than, because I think they had to make a decision. I think they had to make a decision that says,
women knew that they didn't have to deal with a nigga like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I ain't gotta, like if they got kids or whatever, and they don't want to be with a nigga, or the nigga, is abusive or whatever the situation might be, they knew that they ain't had to, deal with him, because the welfare was gonna make sure you got food stamps and make sure you got all this, what I'm saying, Section 8 and all this other type of thing. So they was more inclined not to deal with a nigga, whether he was cheating or not. Maybe it was because, she liked the neighbor. Maybe it's because of that. But whatever the situation was, she ain't had to deal with it.
so now that she don't got to deal with him, she gonna not deal with him, even at the cost of the child's future. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
That's what it
That's what
looked
it
like.
looked like. Yeah.
All
Because we're
right, let's
not
go to the.
wait, but I'm gonna tell you, because we're not they're not educating us and letting us know that this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't know it's a trap. It's a
Who
trap.
don't know it's a trap?
Young women out here, the ones that's being
Wait, are you
reckless.
saying that? Are you saying that young women today don't know that them embracing the safety nets and deciding to walk away from their family and
Yeah,
with their
it's a
kid,
trap.
they don't know
It's a
that that's a
trap.
trap?
It's a trap. Like,
Given
you
given the
know,
given the given the information we have and
I
resources we
just feel
have.
like I just feel like people need to, like, young families,
Hmm.
black young families. I think people need to promote black young families to seek counseling more, couples counseling. If you got a baby with this person, and first of all, we need to be educated, not to just go out and just be being reckless. It start right there. Like, like, we need the education. It's like, we just that's all we see us doing. That's all we see us doing. And that's all that's out there in the mainstream. That's all that's, and like I said, I got four baby daddies. Like, my story is one thing, but a lot of these girls' stories the same, and that's all they done seen all their life. That's what they seen their mama do. That's what it's been for the last, what, 70 years. Like, like, I think that if we cut back this, and don't get me wrong, I've been in situations where I needed it. I really needed it. And a lot of people have. Like, I've been in situations where I really needed it. But I think if they made it a little bit more stricter, and like made women have more responsibility, like, it's like, okay, well, if you if you're gonna have, what I'm saying, it's like, because in these other places, you taking care of your own family. It's like it's a family. So, it's like, you're gonna need that child's father. Like the child is gonna need like that system
So
because it
out of
ain't.
so out of all, so you have four baby fathers and four kids, right?
Hmm.
So out of all the fathers, have any of them wanted or even tried to attempt to get either joint custody or full custody?
No, but I'm not. No, I have two baby daddies that never even met their kids.
Wait, you got two that haven't met them?
Yep.
Did they want kids?
Um, they already had kids, you know, and
Well, I mean, like, did they want any more kids?
well, they didn't, we
Like,
didn't
were
believe that.
the kids y'all had together, were they playing?
No, they were not.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
And because they wasn't playing, these men may feel like, okay, well, I didn't want the kids anyway, so I'm not gonna be in their life. You think that's what it is?
Well, no, well, I mean, but nobody believes in abortions though,
That's
and
true.
not even I. I mean, like this is where the education comes in at. I'm glad I didn't abort any of my children. I love my children. And I feel like my children are here for a reason. Like the path that I have, it's just the path that I have. But the future, for future generations, like people don't teach you about, you know, Planned Parenthood. People don't tell you the importance of, you know, watching out, who you have your kids with. People, you know what I'm saying? It's just a reckless society. It's just like, shit just reckless. Like I'm not making up any excuses. But shit, I watched my daddy build up all them baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I ain't making no excuses in them, but it's just a lot of it's because of trauma.
Are you close with
And
any of
my
your are you close with your blended family? Like
what do you
your
mean?
siblings from the other mother
Am
on your
I?
dad's side?
No, no, no.
Hmm.
I'm not. All them hoes knew he was married.
Wow.